This is a world you never understand. And you always fear that you don't understand. That's a power you can't find. It's the power of fear. You're afraid. Fools. And thunder.
Is this something that you've looked forward to for quite some time, or did this come about fairly quickly as the next step for you?
Yeah, I mean, I really didn't have a drive to race GP and wanted to, because I always just wanted to win a Superbike title. And the first goal was getting an AMA factory ride. The second was racing Superbike. Then it was winning titles. And you know, the second and third year we've been on a Superbike, we've won, and we're trying to do it again. And now just kind of want to do something different and try something, you know, just kind of step outside the comfort zone and see what happens. So, you know, after being at Donington and seeing these guys on the track, I think it's, yeah, I'm not saying we can go over there and win races, win championships the first year, the first 2 years, but, you know, what I saw on the track definitely is attainable, but it's tough. You know, the guys are fast, but it's just the next step, and been trying for a while, you know, a little over a year now to get on a GP bike, and now it's working out, and you know, actually enjoying the traveling and seeing everything, and you know, try to put some good results in and try to, you know, race a series next year for sure.
Is there a pretty good thrill coming down the main straightaway at this place?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, it's quick. It's just, you know, it's a bit different with just the entry to one and just the whole front straightaway. But you know, the front straightaway, I guess we're getting speeds that are, you know, pretty close to 200 here. But you know, honestly, the difference from 170 to 200 isn't too much when you're going in a straight line until you grab some brakes and you have a little incident getting there hot, and then you know, you really feel how fast you're going, and everything's coming up pretty quick. But you know, I'd say it's pretty normal, just you know, straight line going fast and throwing it into turn one. It's pretty good.
And last one for me, just what do you think the significance is of a motorcycle race of any kind, let alone MotoGP, coming to this facility?
Yeah, you know, this has always been a car track. You know, I never thought that the motorcycles would be here, and you know, I think it's good for this city and this part of the U.S. Is, you know, actually doing a little research, has quite a high number of motorcycle sales and actually probably the biggest. So I think it's good, you know, having, like I said, this city, having a lot of fans, a lot of motorcycle people out here. I think it's going to be good. The track, I think, is going to be a work in progress, and it's for where it is now. I think it, you know, is only going to get better. And can definitely get better, and everybody here is real positive on doing that. And you know, for the U.S., I think it's a great area. I mean, there's no really better place to go when it comes down to racing. So I think it's going to become good come September, and a lot of people show up.
Next question.
Oh, hi, my name's Ron. I'm with the Hoosier Motorcyclist News magazine. Question: what size bike, what cc are you running today? And is it an inline or the V4? We're new. We're learning.
I don't even know if it's an inline or a V4. You know, Kevin? I know it's an 800.
It is an 800? It is
Guess
an 800?
it's a V4, yeah. Okay. You know, yeah, it's just an 800. Superbike's 1,000 cc's. So, but, you know, this bike's a little bit quicker for sure than a Superbike.
Thank you.
Aaron Frank again. If you could, Ben, just briefly comment on some of the more striking similarities or differences between your Superbike and the GP bike. Is it in power delivery or physical size? Or?
Well, I mean, physical size is definitely smaller. Similarities really is that, you know, it has all the same controls and a throttle and a brake, but that's about it. Just like I said, it's just so different from a Superbike. When you're going into a corner, you're trying to do everything to make the bike go into the corner, blipping the throttle, things backing in, you're using the rear brake, you're having to adjust how much clutch you're letting out and brake, you know, application to actually hit your line. And a GP bike, it's just full stop, hit the brake, you know, grab a couple gears and throw it in, and everything stays in line. And You know, the aspect of actually going fast on a GP bike is hard. I mean, because, you know, Casey, Valentino, all those guys are fast. But as in rideability and riding the bike, there's a whole lot less stuff you have to do on one. But then again, when you a whole lot less things to do, you got to go faster, and because you just got to push it, and you know the tires definitely weren't good. The brakes stop a whole lot better, and you know it's just a whole different ride. The bike's way stiffer than a super bike, and you know you can't quite get them out of shape as much as a super bike can, and you can't manipulate the bike as much with moving your weight around as you can a super bike, because there's just a whole lot less weight transfer. But it's definitely more, you know, I'd say on a GP bike, when you get down to the top 5 riders, it's definitely more in the bike to win the race. After seeing what I saw at Donington, I mean, you can be you know, the best rider, and if you're not on the best bike or it's not set up the absolute right way, you're not going to win. I mean, it's a lot of the bike and this stuff, but you know, it's there's just basically a super bike and GP bike. There's a whole lot less stuff to do on a GP bike, but you got to do it right to go fast. That's for sure.
Is it fair to say riding the super bike's more of a physical challenge, and it's more of a mental challenge on the GP bike? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's the GP bike. You just got to trust it a whole lot more, just with the tires, the traction control, stuff like that. The super bike, you know, at the end of the race, you're a whole lot more worked, and bike's just heavier, and you know, you feel it on a super bike. You're doing everything it's got to get it around the track, and the GP bike, like I said, it's not that it's easy to go fast, but it's just a lot less stuff to do, and you got to really just roll through the corner and pick up the gas a lot sooner than you really want to, and it's you know, it adds up. But that's what the time we need to be on the GP bike to go fast, because I'm trained, you know, been super bike for the last 3-4 years, and it's tough. But you know, I grew up on GP bikes, and that's what I rode, 125s and 250s, and the more I ride the bike, the more my style is getting back to the way it used to be, and feeling a lot more comfortable on the thing.
Now that you've actually been in a MotoGP race situation, do you have a comment on the traction control debate and whether these bikes are too electronically controlled for competitive racing?
You know, they're definitely they work good, and but you know, honestly, there's a couple little bitty things that you know, my super bike has a little bit more than the GP bike does. So it's not that they're so killed down with electronics, but you know, I don't really know what everybody's take on it, but it's pretty much as in electronics, there's not much in it compared to a super bike compared to a GP bike. It's more just the, you know, mechanical grip that the bike has compared to a super bike. When you throw new tires on a super bike, there's only a certain amount of level that you can step up your riding to you know, go fast. On a GP bike, you throw a new set of tires on, and I mean, you've got to trust the thing because it's got so much grip front and rear, just way more than I'm used to, and that's what we're getting used to every time out, and just being able to get to that limit when the tires are fresh, and when they drop off, there's only a certain amount you can go. But trying to get everything out of the bike when everything's fresh is pretty tough, and that's what you got to do in the first 10 laps of the race.
All right, Ben, we'll let you get back to work. Thank you very much for your time. Good luck, and we'll see you in September.